Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Wednesday, March 17th, 9:21 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. As always, go to bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. Looking at the market versus USDT or USD today. Bitcoin in the red, slightly. ADA definitely showing up. Cardano making big waves. It's being listed on Coinbase. That appears to be why it's cranking, but I think that's probably more of just an excuse for it to crank. A lot of passion behind the Cardano project. Filecoin and of course Link also making big moves. So let's check out what's going on in the world today. Bitcoin trading volume last 24 hours, 6.5 billion. That's 3.4 billion of that on Binance, 1.2 billion of that on Coinbase. Nobody else showed up for work. All right, looking at Binance, where the glorious volume is 40% long, 59% shorts. So the sentiment is definitely short. Looking at the S&P 500, it's a red candle today. It was a red candle yesterday. Looking at the Russell 2000, it was a red candle yesterday. It's a red candle today. Looking at the DXY, Dollar Strength Index, well, it's cranking. 1, 2, 3, working on its fourth green candle in a row. Definitely looking at an uptrend. It's above the 21 EMA, and it wouldn't surprise me if this month it challenges a 200 moving average on the daily chart. Well, Dollar Strength increasing. All right, looking at Bitcoin. Specifically Bitcoin, of course, versus USDT. Not going to look at any other time frames because basically, as you can see recently, we've had some extreme volatility here. We got below the 200 moving average, and then we got slightly below the 314 moving average, and we're kind of ranging between the 200 and the 314 moving average. We have not held support there on the 314, and if I was to do a channel here, which I did notice earlier, so if I was to do like this, okay, do a parallel channel, and I was to run this thing up here, as you can see, we were cruising, looking pretty good. We've definitely broken out of that upwards channel. So what does that mean? Well, looking at the chart in general, the directional index is in the red. KRI is in the red, but about to turn green. Stochastic RSI is definitely oversold. So we'll have to see what happens. I mean, we can look at different time frames. Actually, no, a time frame we should look at for sure is the daily. Because, yeah, see, here's a big one. On the daily chart, look at that. Getting really close to that histogram closing of negative MACD cross. As you can see, if we just look at this chart, historically here, let's just look at what's happened before on daily MACD negative crosses. Here is a daily MACD cross, daily negative MACD cross. You can see what happened there. Here's a daily MACD negative cross. You can see what happened there. And as you can see, we're starting to definitely, this little upwards thing is not helping anybody. Get rid of that. Sorry for the delay. Yeah, screw it. Get rid of all of it. Boom. There we go. If you look at what's kind of been happening here, a bit of a downtrend going on. We're about to hit a negative MACD cross. So you can see where when these happen on the daily chart. Now, I know some people definitely give me a hard time and say that the MACD is like a prehistoric, like should be written on clay tablets with little like cuneiform little pokey things and all, but no, the MACD is very relevant, and it has always been, and it still is. And for Bitcoin, especially on the daily chart, it seems to have a real grip on what's going on. So approaching, we had a negative MACD cross here. You can see what happened in the chart. Negative MACD there. See what happened in the chart. Negative MACD about to happen. The chart's already dumping. And so if we were to do this forecast here, we had a negative MACD cross about here. Let's just put it here. We dumped, see, 25%. A negative MACD crossed about here. We dumped, if I count the wick, about 25%. So, where would that leave us now if we dumped, let's say if it crosses here, wow, about here, 25%. Whoa, that would suck. That would be like 42, 43,000. So hey, it's possible. Just be watchful. Now you could say maybe we've already started that trend, and 25% would be about 45K or so. So we'll just see. I am watching this, and I definitely would say I'd recommend, not financial advice and entertainment purposes only, but really put a notification in for this, an alert, because I think when that does cross negative, if it does, unless Bitcoin rallies, definitely going to see some probably another bounce off the 4,500. That's not 4,500, the 45,000 level, and that would make sense. I mean, there is kind of a previous support and resistance here in the chart around 45k. So boom, boom, boom. Maybe we'll see that happen. On a good note, we are above the 21 EMA. That's a good thing to see here on the daily, and way above the 200 moving average. So in general, this is all healthy, not really a problem. But can I make a channel out of this? Let's see. If yeah, certainly can. So really, that's interesting. So if I was to, what's the bottom of this channel? Right around well 50,000 or so. So 55,000. So anyway, maybe we won't go quite as far as 45,000. Anyway, I won't beleaguer or beledger or whatever it is. I won't beleaguer. I won't beat this point to death. I'm just saying that we're below the 200 moving average, below the 314 moving average for super immediate price action here on the 45-minute chart. If we can get a green candle, if we can get a little bit of action to rally here, and we can break above, boom, and find some support in that 200 and keep moving up, that could certainly happen even today. Just be watchful. Negative MACD cross in the daily is going to suck and probably push this down. So worst case, I'm thinking 45,000 bounce there, or maybe the bottom of that channel that we were looking at earlier around 55. So we'll see. Just look at this. We have a girthy little green candle right there. Good looking candle moving up. So directional index is beginning to correct. ADX is, when this volatile, I kind of ignore it. Definitely not getting a positive squeeze indicator, but the KRI just turned green. Now we are seeing definitely oversold here on the stochastic RSI. So, well, it's perking up already. Let's see how it goes. Like I say, my big deal is I'm watching for that negative MACD cross, and it could cross, and we get a little bit of a dump, and then it widens back up. It goes positive and moves. We'll see. Anyway, Bitcoin indecisive. Of course, while I say that, it begins to get morning wood here, and but here's Ethereum versus USDT on the 45-minute chart. Doing the same thing Bitcoin's doing, although this chart looks a bit more positive. It does look like Ethereum versus USDT could definitely make that cross right above the 200 moving average there in the 314, just boom. And this is more of a positive chart, honestly, right now than Bitcoin, although if Bitcoin starts to dump, it's taking Ethereum with it. But regardless, Ethereum right now looking pretty good against USDT. Link is insane. Link versus USDT. Oh my gosh. So as you can see, it's kind of doing something that I think, honestly, if you look at this chart here, look at this chart, and then look at Ethereum, even though, on the daily, Bitcoin's looking kind of crappy, Bitcoin could do this, just like Link did, boom, between the 200 and 314 moving average there on the 45-minute chart, and just keep on going. Now, if you look at the indicators here, KRI, the squeeze indicator, directional index, ADX, stochastic RSI, everything, Link is just taking the crap off versus USDT. That's a glorious thing to see. And I'm kind of curious, how is Link doing against BTC? Oh my, look at that. Man, when you're kicking it like that against USDT and BTC, it means you're on fire. These indicators look great. So, Link back in the game. File coin, I have to call it File. Phil, F-I-L. What in the world this morning is going on? So File, USDT, boom! Massive rocket ship to Pluto. This thing has been off the 200 moving average for quite a while. Directional index in the green, ADX wonderful. We had a big, beautiful squeeze. It started to die down a little bit, then boom, it's cranking again. KRI's on the up and up off the charts. Stochastic RSI shows a bit overbought, but who cares? If it gets to the top, it just rides the top while it pumps. This is wonderful. Do note that the 8 moving average is right here. It probably will eventually snap back to that, but I don't tend to get into coins that are this extended, but damn, File versus USDT, Phil versus USDT, insane today. Doge, okay, Doge, it's been sideways for quite a while. Doge versus USDT, it's doing just fine. I mean, it had an epic legendary pump, earlier, and it's kind of been cooling off ever since. But we can definitely see where, let me do a 4-hour chart on Doge here so we can see a little bit more. I mean, on the 4-hour chart, it's above the 200 moving average, but the 200 moving average is trending down. It also looks like we could see a 314 and a 200 cross, with 314 crossing above. That would be a negative sign. Directional index is in the green, but the ADX is failing. We had a negative squeeze indicator looks negative. KRI is in the red. In general, it's just building some positive sideways right here. I'm just kind of indifferent on it right now. If a person believes in Doge, then, well, it's a great consolidation phase right now. If you think it's going to continue pumping, I kind of do. I do. Well, there you go. It's just not an exciting chart. But I see no reason to think it's going to go up or down, really. It's just kind of sideways. And honestly, I think next time, Elon decides to say something about it, it'll be like, VET versus USDT. Wonderful coin right here. Got these beautiful bounces off the 200 moving average. And it looks like this one really took off. It did not even come back to the 200 moving average this time. It hasn't touched it, and it's moving up again. The directional index is in the green. ADX is too low at 11 or 12. We'll have to get to at least around 20. Squeeze indicator is looking good. If you do see some white ping pong balls start to fire from the squeeze indicator and the ADX is moving up quickly, it might be something to get into. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, but VET looking good. It's really been running recently. I don't see any reason why, when it gets a little bit of testosterone flowing again, it couldn't reach the plateau, at least at like the very least that it has hit before. So, and that would be like, if we look at this, that would be a forecast from where we are now. If we went to where we've been previously, that'd be like an 8% pump. So anyway, watch VET. It's doing good things. It'll probably get rocking again. ENJ's been doing great. What I like about ENJ right now recently, it came down to visit the 200 moving average. The Madrid ribbons are all red. You can see that over at Bitcoin Daily View. Just search for Madrid indicator. It's linked to over there at Trading View. And the directional index, which is red, is beginning to look towards trending green. ADX is moving up nicely, beautifully, right around 17 or 18 right now. The squeeze indicator is done dumping. It's starting to go positive. It's got a little ways to go. KRI is negative, but it will turn green soon. And we're showing lots of overbought, even though, well, we're not. More and more, the stochastic RSI it fails me. KRI tells you a lot more, I think, personally. Anyway, with that said, I'm watching ENJ USDT. This one could start moving again, no problem. Matic. All right, so Matic has been, just a dreadful frustration for many Matic hodlers, because it's just been in this friggin' sideways mode for quite a while. But if we do know right now, we have a green directional index. ADX is kind of low at 15. Wait for it to get to about 20, past that mid-range. We're starting to get into a negative squeeze, but big deal. KRI is green, but trending down. Stochastic RSI, it's my friend right now. It's saying that it's oversold. So with that said, we did challenge the moving average rather boldly there, and now we have not quite held it, but now we're above it again. Let's watch for some support above that 200 moving average, and I think if this ADX does get around 20 or so, look at these indicators, they're looking great. You get a positive squeeze going, and I think that Matic it'll be in just full psycho mode again. So I'm watching Matic. All right, Algorand. Everybody likes it. Well, maybe they don't like it, but I think it's kind of cool. Project is being used for good things. It's a coin that has a purpose, and boom, it's been just consolidating sideways. Like a person, how some people, when you ask them how they're doing, they always say fine, but they're just seething with anger and misery inside. That's kind of what Algorand has been doing. So sideways, and but it has got above the 200 moving average. It hasn't really even gotten that close to it. The directional index is about to start peaking green. Squeeze indicator looking green. KRI in the green. Stochastic RSI, well, it's in the buy zone. So I'm watching this guy for momentum to start moving. It definitely could. The Madrid ribbons are all green. You can see by this little green diamond. So I'm watching you, Algorand. H bar, whatever this coin is, it was pumping earlier, and of course now it's just been dumping, like it's totally lost all of its self-confidence. But it went to the bookstore, got some books on self-esteem, started reading some Tony Robbins, and it managed to pull itself up at the 200 moving average. It looks like it's finding support there. We're seeing these little blue squares there underneath. Those are when you get a 200 moving average crosses, and it's a 45-minute chart. And so basically, if we can get support there and start moving up in some green directional index, look at this long-ass misery of a squeeze. Oh my God, towards the negative, just sucking ass. Anyway, watch that to turn green. Watch the directional index to turn green. ADX is kind of in the right spot. It's right around 21. And stochastic RSI just basically babbles about nothing as it usually does. And then the KRI is in the green. So watch H bar, whatever H bar is, for a serious, insane move. I'm thinking it could happen. All right, with that said, as always, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. I'm not a life coach nor a financial advisor, but I do appreciate you tuning in. I am glad you are here for the peaceful revolution. It matters, because here, fear, this is the current financial system of this world, the current fiat currency system of this world. Over here, love and this radiant Taurus. Wow, this being of just light, Homo novus, the new human, the new earth. It's a beautiful place. Great things are happening. And if you're a Bitcoin hodler or you like crypto, you're not one of these fear, small little tourist people here. You're this massive love tourist. Just roar, manifest a beautiful planet, a beautiful world. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're a Bitcoin truth seeker, and I'll see you again tomorrow.